So the question of what's next for food and supplements, that's a complicated one. Obviously, consumers are becoming more and more concerned about food. It used to be, I think, that people didn't give that much thought to it. When I was a child growing up, food was something that my mother or whomever, they would prepare it largely because, well, you have to eat, you have to consume something, right? And they wanted something that we were happy with and that made it so that we, as kids, either didn't complain or, we would eat and they didn't have to force us to eat it, etc. So it was largely driven just by how do I, make sure that my family and my kids have enough to eat and that they're happy with it. It wasn't really driven by the idea of the choices that we make about food will stay with us throughout our lives. They'll have implications in how healthy we are, how happy we are, how successful we are for the rest of our lives. I think that understanding really wasn't there in a way that previous generations probably did understand. So we lost that for a while. We lost our way in food, and we lost our way in the nature of how critical it is that the foods that we eat really do give us a foundation in health. I think consumers are starting to understand that again. I think it's coming back around to where that ancient wisdom, that our ancestors had about food, is something that people are becoming conscious of on a large scale. It's not just a few people that are talking about it, everybody's talking about it. So that's one thing. I think the other thing is that gut health and digestive health are now becoming really critical and central to most people's thinking about how to maintain their overall health. This is a role that cardiovascular health probably played in the late 90s and early 2000s, where everyone was highly cognizant of how healthy your heart is, what your cholesterol level is, do you have good cardiovascular health? That was the central question in everyone's mind, and it remained that way for 20 or 30 years. Now people are starting to realize that digestive health is just as important, maybe even more important. In fact, a lot of the problems with cardiovascular health are derived from how healthy your gut is and whether or not you maintain that health. So I think digestive health is the new cardiovascular health. And I think that real food, whole food, food that is the way that nature intended food to be, is the other main trend. And I think it will affect both food and supplements for a long time to come.